Hello everyone, my name is Dan and I have a problem. My dad became a woman. Why am I so unlucky all the time? Before that, everything went just fine. At least I thought so. We lived happily together, Mom, Dad, and me. But about a year ago, I began to notice that something wasn't right. My parents started arguing and fighting a lot. Father was absent for days, said that he had a lot of work to do. He's a doctor, by the way, so this was understandable. But when this began to happen often, maybe too often, 1 week of absence, then of course my mom had a fight with him. The first thing each wife thinks when coping with an absent husband is infidelity. Every day began with a quarrel between my parents and ended with the same. Mom started to ask directly about another woman, but Dad denied everything. One day my father was working until 6, and my mom decided to come to his place and check out if he was really there. I followed her secretly, so she didn't know. At 6 p.m., my father left the hospital, got in a cab, and drove off somewhere. Mom jumped into another taxi and said to follow him. I was on a bike and started pedaling quickly in order not to lose them. After only 3 blocks, my father said to stop outside someone's private house. A man met him there and took a bag from his hands, like I always did when I wanted to help my girlfriend. But that's not the point. Father and this man went into the house. Mother went behind the fence to look through the window, and I peeked through an opening in the bushes. At first they were just drinking beer, with snacks. I thought that my father was invited to have a beer. But then, gosh, they started kissing. Good heavens. Yuck. Honestly, I can't even describe those emotions. I don't even know what to say. When my mother saw this, with tears in her eyes, she got in a taxi and said to take her home. Dad came home the next evening and went straight to my mom. They locked themselves in the kitchen and started a long and heated discussion. I was wondering what the conversation was about, so I started eavesdropping. Father told my mother everything about himself and his lover. Long story short, he told her he had realized about 2 years ago that he loved men and was considering a sexual reassignment surgery. My father, or whatever I should call him, really decided to become a woman. Mom didn't want to listen to all this. She began to cry, threw his things from the balcony, and kicked him out of the house. He didn't argue with her. He calmly gathered his things and left the house. 6 months later, he showed up at our house again, but as a woman. Mom called him or her bad names and didn't even let her in. I don't know why he didn't tell us before about it. He lied all the time. I'm glad that my mother was able to find another man. She suffered a great deal. I was very upset too. It's not every day that you know your father is not like the others. But I'm trying not to be angry with him, but to support my mother. And that's my story, although not very ordinary. So in the comments below, let me know your stories, if you have one.